The long-awaited Scourge event is here. In this video, we're talking about what you need to do to maximize your score. Are the devs going radio silence, and are they done responding to the backlash for all their bugs from last week? And what do you need to do to prep for the next Milestone event? We're discussing that in this edition of your Marvel Strike Force Weekly News Update with my brother, Dorky Dad, the expert on Crucible, the expert on Scourge. And if you're ready for it, brother Dorky Dad, tell him what to do, my friend.
Let's go, Red Star promo Squirrel Girl.
ValleyFlyin.
Hello, Valley Maniacs. Welcome back to the ValleyFlyin channel. I am ValleyFlyin. I hope you're having a great day. I hope you're having a great week. And I hope you're ready for the good and bad of Marvel Strike Force in this edition of your Marvel Strike Force Weekly News Update. This week, I am joined by my brother, Dorky Dad, who is the resident expert on the Scourge events. How are you doing? How are you liking Marvel Strike Force? And how are you liking the devs right now?
Oh, two very different questions. I love the Scourge mode. I have a lot of fun with it. As far as the devs go, and just the lack of awareness they seem to have in every aspect of their game, it's kind of it's bugging me a little bit.
I see what you did there. Nice.
Yeah.
All right. But yes, I gotta say, I'm enjoying certain aspects of this game. I'm enjoying the Scourge event. I'm enjoying Crucible when it comes around. But the devs totally suck, totally out of touch, totally tone deaf, and radio silence from them since last week, since their epic blog post on Friday. Not a lot heard. I expected this not to hear too much for the weekend and 4th of July, but not too much this week since they got back. Were you expected to hear more from them or have a different response?
I knew they were going to be gone until at least Tuesday, right? Because of the 4th of July. And as a Canadian, I have to respect that. But I expected them to be back by then. I mean, it's now Thursday, and we still haven't heard from them at all, except for like the tiny little details they can kind of give us in the Envoy Discord. But as far as Reddit goes, and a public statement about like the Thor milestone issues, it's just like nothing. They're just
nothing. And there was a lot of chatter leading up to all these bugs in the Envoy chat. You know, Archangel was responding, hey, we're doing this. Nothing this week. What do you think happened with that?
Archangel might be on a pretty thin leash right now.
All right,
we'll talks.
We'll get to all that. Let's talk about an area of fun though.
Yeah,
these Scourge events are at least more fun than some of these milestones on the bugs. So, better or worse in your opinion than the Pestilence Scourge event for Morgan Le Fay?
As a whole, I think it's very funny, right? Because Web Warriors, everyone had invested in. They were a raid team, so it was very easy for everyone to get the unlock. Yeah. I think technically the nodes are easier this time around. Node 5 is probably comparable, if not a little bit worse, than Node 5 of the Pestilence event. But the problem is not as many people have their Young Avengers as invested in as they did their Web Warriors, and they're the only usable team. Once you hit certain levels, they are the only team you can use. So it's a mixed bag. I think it's easier for someone like me who's trying to push a crazy score, and it might be a lot harder for somebody who's a newer player, and me, you, and every other content creator worth their salt is saying invest in your raid teams, invest in your arena team, war defense. Nah,
It's a little, Young Avengers is a little different though. They're not just a war defense because they're very good in Crucible. They're good on offense or defense in Crucible. If Tower Mode ever comes back, they're very good in that as well. And they're very good in Dark Dimension if you take some of them in. So a little different than the traditional war teams. But what do you think is leading to a lot of people are saying it's better tuned? Is it because we're not using the Web Warriors and there's less RNG and having to reset all those times, or is it the tuning that, in your opinion, is better?
I'm going to stop you right there because there is so much more RNG in Node 5 this time when you're pushing higher.
Okay, maybe it's because of my lack of Scourges. I've only done 2 runs, neither of them had Scourges, so that's probably where it comes from.
There you go. But I will say you are right that the tuning makes a little bit more sense if you're doing a reasonable difficulty. The enemies fall over a lot easier. The nodes themselves aren't as jam-packed in their first waves as they were last time, with the exception of Node 5 this time around. So it makes a little bit more sense this time around, I think.
Now you've done difficulty 8 already.
Yes.
And we can see your score here. You have a very high score. Last I looked, you were 22, but very, very high score already. Where'd you go?
I think I'm in the 30s now. 30s, this was a baby run that I did. So
okay, there you are. 1.7. Now, last time you reached a pretty high score. What are you targeting this time? You got 1.7 right now. That's probably good for at least a top 1,000 right now without anything else. What are you shooting for?
So, I'm going to be going for...
Or do you not know because it's only the first day? Are you going to wait till like a week from now and like, all right, let's see where these scores are. Then I'm going to shoot for this target score.
So let me say this. Probably by the time this video is out or by the end of the day today, I will have a 2.01 million run put in.
Nice.
I've already beaten Node 5 on that run. It's just, it's just kind of a couple resetting now to get through it. By the end of the event, I'm thinking if I decide that I want to push to try and hold on to top 50, I'm probably going to need to do about a 2.15 million run.
2.15, okay.
Yeah.
And that's where you think, and that is just getting into the top 50. How high do you think someone's going to push for the top score, or maybe the top 5 scores?
I think 2.2 is going to be pretty max. Like I know Duff Zubin, we talk a lot. We bounce ideas off each other for this. He has a very big Young Avengers compared to someone like me, and I think that's going to dictate how high the scores go. Sorry, I tongue twister.
I know what you're meaning.
Okay, for difficulty 9 with a certain amount of Scourges, you need to have like a 1 to 1.1 million powered Young Avengers team, which is just nuts. So it's going to be very TCP dictated. Yeah.
Okay, so not really possible. And I did want to talk about that. I want to talk about the hidden gems, some of your strategies that you use. But I guess it's coming, it seems like it's coming down to this one team here, the Young Avengers. They're very good. I mean, leading up to this, I don't know how A-Force is going to do. I don't know how Inhumans are going to do. Young Avengers is the one, mainly because of Squirrel Girl and Miles. Miles became an important character for me on Node 10. Who are your MVPs? Obviously Squirrel Girl. Is there any other characters that stand out that people should be building right now if they haven't fully built up their Scourge teams yet?
Okay, so the Triforce of this team is going to be Squirrel Girl, Kate, and Miss Marvel. Unfortunately, Kate is super RNG. Wherever she does her pings, putting out blinds and slows if she lands them, and hopefully not hitting Greg. And then Squirrel Girl, obviously, for her healing. So those 3 must use. Guaranteed must use. Okay. And then you still want to keep 2 more Young Avengers. So then you have Echo, Miles, and Chavez. The 2 best are going to be Echo and Chavez for Node 5 and Echo and Miles for Node 10. So Echo you kind of want, but because a lot of people only got 3 yellow, 3 red, if that, because they were so stingy with it, right? And we haven't had any...
nothing since then, right? Nothing since then. The worst events and no relief since then.
Yeah, I would say she's still the de facto best 4th because she gives 25% damage on her passive. She also has bad RNG though, where she'll keep killing the Greg whenever he attacks somebody that's not her, and then you just get more turn meter rewind and everything. So she is the best, but it's RNG on RNG on RNG. If you're doing a simplistic run, something that's within reasonable range of your team power, you could probably leave Echo out and go with Miles and Chavez, who you're going to have at higher stars.
Okay. Any value for these Inhumans or A-Force characters? Because I didn't use them at all on my runs. Like I said, the highest I've done is difficulty 8. No Scourges on there, so I didn't need to use them. And you're doing harder runs, needing more good RNG on your runs. Any value with A-Force or anything with Inhumans? Any value building those characters up?
So I think at like the tippy top of your pushing limit. So I think you're going to have to one-shot Node 5 with Young Avengers cleanly. And then I think you're going to have to do at least 80% of Node 10 with your Young Avengers. And then if they die, you can send an A-Force to clean it up. But that's really all they're good for. They're not going to carry the weight of the node. You can't really use them as a sack, given a couple of Scourges. So yeah, they're like the worst janitor cleanup team ever.
Maybe next to Inhumans does Inhumans have any value at all in this? I mean, before this we were talking about maybe Black Bolt and Yo-Yo. Do you see any value for any of these other characters? Crystal, Karnak, Quake?
So on my current difficulty 9 run, I'm not using the Scourge that gives energy when somebody on my team dies. So they were very useful as a sack. I would throw one character in and then pull an ability off. And then I would kind of do that till I got to where I wanted to be.
Okay. So that sounds like a good strategy, using these sacrifice teams if you don't have that Scourge enabled. Any other cool strategies that you found that are different from what you used in the Pestilence event? Or is it just get the highest TCP and sit through the bad RNG?
So I think we have better options than we had last time. So like the city tag is pretty packed, right? Like you have your new warriors, you have Shang-Chi, you have web warriors, you have symbiotes, there's a Hela node too. So there's more options to like abuse turn meter characters. Symbiotes on node 2 of city, Axemen on node 3, which is mutants. So that you have more options like that. And then you can kind of just throw the brute force at the other node. So for city, I'm going all over the place with this. So for city, the first node, I threw in Shadowlands and I took out just Cable. And then I threw in Web Warriors and then I finished the node like that. And then on the next node, I threw in Dark Hunters and I killed just Bishop. And then I threw in Symbiotes and I abused the Hela. And I did something similar for the mutant section. So it's a lot of prepping a node, and that might mean throwing in just one character to get a sack, or throwing in a full team just to kill one character. That changes how the first wave goes, and then you can snowball. So there's a lot of meticulous planning like that.
Now, in the first Scourge event, the Pestilence one, you would try to get it down to like one enemy with very little health because the efficiency was bugged. Is the efficiency working correctly now? So if you're going with 2 or 3 teams, that's not as efficient as going with one team and just finishing off the node?
I have no idea what the heck is going on with the efficiency points. You can one-shot the node and get 0 points. Then I can go in with a cleanup and do 3 attacks and get 0 efficiency points. Or I can go in with a cleanup and do like a 5-minute Astonishing X-Men fight where I just kept abusing Hella Greg. So I took like 300 turns and then I got 500 efficiency points. It makes no sense. It is clearly broken. Worse.
So at least last time it was broken, but there was a method to the madness. Now it looks like it's broken and it's random.
I have no idea what's going on with it, or if it's working as intended. It seems crazy.
Good job, Scopely. Even an event that we're liking, it's all screwed up. Not as screwed up as last time, but still, there's some errors here. All right, let's move on to these. Let's move back to these Scourges and talk about these best new Scourges. Now, I can't remember which ones are new, which ones are not, but which are some easy Scourges that you've run across that should be like automatic equips just because they're so easy?
Okay, so can you scroll all the way down to the bottom?
The one with the revives?
Yeah, that's the guaranteed. Everyone should put that one on.
Okay.
I have no idea why they value it that high.
Yeah, that's probably a 10.1 or something, because I don't think I've had any characters die, even with the Dormammu thing. And like on my last run, I had Deathpool die, but that wasn't necessary for the run. So yeah, that seems like an easy one there. Anything else stand out in your mind? So
the big book right there, the Going Rogue, it's very intimidating because it's like a page, but it's not so bad for the amount of points it gives. So that's another good one I would suggest.
Okay.
And another high value one is the Drain. Enemies gain 20% drain. That's for 20 points, right where your mouse is. You just passed it.
There we go. Power Siphon.
Yeah, that one, again, that was a very, very easy one to get around. Even on difficulty 9, I have that one equipped. So
okay, nice.
Yeah.
Now, we talked about a few broken Scourges, And it looks like they've been fixed. Gloves off was not working at one point. That was a 10-point thing. So it looks like it is back and working. The enemy stealing 5% of the health from the lowest health character on enemy turn. That looks like that is working again. And you tried off balance, which wasn't working earlier. And you said that one is working. The offense up, defense up.
Yeah.
They're getting the heal blocks. So apparently the Scourges are working. The efficiency bonus is not, but any other reports that you're hearing of broken Scourges?
No, I just heard some kind of rumors about those two, but I experienced them working firsthand last night on stream. So if they were broken at the beginning of the event, they fixed them pretty quickly.
Or maybe it's random, like your efficiency bonus. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't.
There you go.
You gotta go into, you gotta select a run and see if they're working or not.
Very possible.
All right, and if there's anything else that's not working, guys, let me know in the comments. I can report these to the devs. But yeah, we'll see what happens. We still got many more days. There'll be many more runs. Are you gonna go crazy on this one as you did on the one for Morgan Le Fay? Because you did a lot of runs, spent a lot of time. Are you gonna go that crazy, or gonna maybe do your run now and then maybe wait a week and then see what happens with everything, or is it just fun and you enjoy it?
So I'm gonna put in this big run, which is like a 2.01 mil run, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do some difficulty 8, no Scourges, and difficulty 8 with Scourges, make videos off of that, and then I'm gonna do one crazy run. And I plan to do that over like 7 days because I'm going camping with my family. So I don't really have the time to do a bunch of difficult runs. It's going to be this big one, then a bunch of content stuff, then one big one. And if I finish that one, cool. And if I don't finish that one, great, because I'll be happy with a 6 yellow star rogue, to be honest with you. And I think at 2 mil, I'm going to get 7 star anyway.
I think you should also. All right. So any other thoughts on the Scourge? Let me know in the comments, guys. Let's talk about the big heat. What has the community very upset right now is the Summer of Blunder and these Rolling Rebel milestones. Not so much a raid sim, we could discuss that as well, but if you were away last week, wasn't aware of what's going on, well, some people were able to claim all of the Summer of Thunder milestones just like that, not even doing anything, just purchasing one core offer, all the milestones completed. Rolling Rebel, the previous month's milestones, even if you didn't complete all the milestones, some people that were able to purchase one $5 offer got millions of points towards this. So the response from Scopely was all about these ranking rewards and these leaderboards for both the Summer of Thunder and Rolling Rebel. Other than that, not really done too much. They said a very small number of accounts got those points, got those Summer of Thunder milestones, but it's not clear if this is a small percentage or a small hard number of accounts. All right, what are your thoughts on this whole mess here, and what Scopely should be doing regarding this?
Oh, let's start with the easy part.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot. I asked. All right, well, let's start with these Rolling Rebel ones from last month. What do you think should be done with this here?
I think this is fine. Look, the problem happened. It sucks. They removed them off the leaderboard, but they're still going to give them what they should have gotten, which means that it's kind of like a zero-sum gain, right? But the problem is we haven't gotten those rewards yet, like anybody. So what the heck?
I did get them. I didn't get all the extra points. I got them last week. Yeah.
Oh, I got nothing.
I didn't find that in my mailbox.
I didn't get any rewards, and I didn't get the benefit of whatever happened to the Dazzler event. So that's kind of a bummer.
All right, if you ask Scopely, it's working as intended for you.
I'll go check it out. Okay, so maybe my opinion is that sucks. Figure it out.
They suck. There's no consistency. They don't have integrity, but yeah. We can still have fun for that.
For sure. Okay, so yeah, I don't know anymore.
Yeah,
figure it out, guys.
This is a 3 to 10 for Rolling Rebel. This is
the
day before the 4th of July, so I don't know. I don't know what happened.
I'll go check, but I'm pretty sure
some people got it. I know a lot of people didn't get this, but I know I got it personally. So weirdness going on.
Very weirdness. Right. Okay, and then as far as a very small number of accounts was affected by that, I have to wonder what their definition of small is, because I don't consider their definition of cheap when they look at their offers, right? So that's a small number to them for digital pixels. That's a large number to me. Wait a minute.
You don't want to spend almost $100 for a few gold promo credits? That is a good bargain in my mind.
Yeah. So what do you, what's a small number? Is 1% a small number to them? Because if so, that's, 3,700 people.
And for me, a small number is something less than 100 hard number. Not the percent. If it's less than 100 total accounts.
Well, that'd be reasonable.
Well, here's the thing. If it's a small number of accounts, why didn't they roll these accounts back? If it's a large number of accounts, why not give it to everybody? So this statement is very contradictory, in my opinion. They either roll it back or give it to everybody. There's no, I don't know why they chose what they did. We're doing nothing. We'll make another milestone event, and everybody could have a inbox calendar. Not just the people that didn't get it, even the people that got that and don't have to just sit through this Summer of Thunder milestones. And also that million gold thing, you could get that as well.
Yeah.
But you're gonna grind for it.
Yay.
So, yes.
Yeah, it's just silly that they didn't at least somewhere put in this paragraph, we will make this milestone at the very least easy for everybody to complete all the way. Because that's the thing, right? Like, people are concerned they're not even going to complete it, whereas other people already have it done. So not only do they get the benefit of having it ahead of time, we don't know if we're going to be able to complete it free to play. Because you got to remember that bracelet in the Gambit event, a lot of people were stressing about that. People that didn't get that, they had no chance of completing the event free to play. So,
unless, because you would have to spend $5 to get all the milestones, but
yes, yeah,
still not free to play.
Yeah,
so why doesn't Scopely care about integrity? Why don't they balance out the playing field? This is not the first time they've done this. I mean, they've done many examples of this over the 4 years of playing. Why don't they care about the game integrity? We could go all the way back to nightly gaming if you want to mention no integrity in the game. Why? Why do they not care? Do they think we don't notice? Do they think we're too dumb? Or does it not matter to them, so it shouldn't matter to us?
they probably don't care because as a player base, we haven't spoken enough with our wallets. I'm not suggesting anything, but that's probably why. You know?
So I've heard those spending strikes don't work. You got to go reach out to the Marvel developers, Bill Roseman, mainstream media outlets. That's who's going to get attention on this and hopefully get some stuff for us. Now, there's other bugs as well. Let's talk about these raid. We'll talk about raid sim in a different topic there. But let's talk about these other bugs that still are not addressed. Nothing about this in people getting free Gambit shards, free Mega Orbs. I guess they sort of addressed the people that got all the free gold promo credits and everything, but they addressed that by giving everybody 20 more. So all the ships rose equally there. So Mega Orbs, A-Force emblems, the missing A-Force emblems from all the way back in the past. This is not just last month's event, 2 months ago's event.
Yeah.
Are they ever going to address any of these bugs, or are they just going to hope that the community forgets about it and then sweeps it under the rug?
Well, I think the A-Force one, they're going to just let that die down. I don't think they're going to address that one. Is that the way the people were able to blitz and they were able to kind of get more milestones that way? Is that what you're talking about?
you got all those, that blitz bug when you got a loss, you get tons of points towards the milestones. They never addressed that. Yeah,
that one's gone, and I don't think we're going to make any leeway on that. The Gambit one, I think people should keep pressing them on, because I think I personally got 15 Gambit shards from it. So for sure this affected people. And they should just give whoever didn't get Gambit shards already 15 Gambit shards, but of course they'll just give it to everybody, so at least give it to everybody. And then I think the Dazzler milestone is kind of the biggest. Okay, it's done, but you need to top everybody off, because the people that got it for $5, you either need to offer whoever didn't complete it a $5 offer where they get everything that they missed. Now, every day that passes, that gets harder and harder to kind of organize and manage. So it's ridiculous that they haven't done something about that yet.
Well, in their fairness, they did have to take a break for the weekend. They did have to take a break for the 4th of July. And, they have, this is a summer. They take a lot of breaks here. So, in fairness to Scopely, they do need their breaks.
Yeah, I mean, who works on a Tuesday or Wednesday? Like,
oh my goodness. What craziness is that? Why would you want to respond to the community on Tuesday, Wednesday when you can do it on a Friday blog post and that be your only communication for the week?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. All right, so as trashy as Scopely is, there's still some good things happening. The Scourge event, I'm enjoying that, but we also got a new farmable character, Dagger. Went to the arena store finally. She's out of that trashy orb. Spider-Punk is in that orb now, so still not considered farmable in my opinion, but how useful is that now that she's available for the increased cost of 975 arena credits?
But I always hate that price tag. That's such an expensive price tag. And honestly, when you get to a certain point of the game, if you're trying to level up your teams to keep up with their cadence, all of your arena credits go towards those 20 purple modules because we don't get enough training mats. No. As far as Dagger's viability as a character, she's a great character. She works great with Cloak. She's good in all game modes, very strong in raids. So it's cool that she's now directly farmable, but I still think that price tag they put on new characters coming out of the arena orb is just ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, I understand why they're doing that. And when it was initially launched, I was like, yeah, this is bad, but it can be good if they're getting characters in there quickly and moving characters out. You know, Colleen Wing, I don't think I bought any shards for her at that increased price, but now that she's at 500, I'm buying that all the time. Dagger, I'm almost done with her, and we're getting some shards for her in the Greek raid, so not as bad. Now, as far as Dagger goes, let's say someone's going into Dark Dimension 5, they've already done their Eternals, they've already done their other Mystic characters, and they have to make a choice between Dagger or Cloak. Who would you choose nowadays?
100% Cloak. I mean, there's like a lot of Mystic characters that I would do before them, not to, like Darkhold, Eternals.
Yeah, say those characters are done. And it's all done. It is down to what is either down to Cloak or Dagger. It would be Dagger for you. I mean, Cloak for you.
Yeah, it'd be Cloak for me. Yes. Yeah.
All right. I'm glad we agree because that's the one I did for Dark Dimensions as well. Dagger's still not done.
Yeah.
All right. The other thing here, and I guess this was a little more buggy. Agatha went to the basic Ultimus Mega Premium Orbs, and I opened a bunch. I opened all my Premium Orbs. Did you open any of yours?
Yeah, I did it for the Scourge event, but I got nothing.
Nothing for Scourge or no Agatha?
Neither.
It's
very sad.
All right. So I guess it's good that she went there. I mean, doesn't mean that she can be farmable anytime soon. I mean, we've had Colin there for over a year, Moondragon in there for a long time before she was made farmable. So who knows how long Agatha is going to be in there. But I guess the big question is, where is she in the Red Star store? She got added to the Red Star store a while ago. I even remember buying her, but I haven't seen her for a long time. And you said before we started recording, it had to do with that weird patch that went down last week.
Yeah, that's what people are saying. Like, we knew she was in there. People saw her. People did upgrade her. I think
I did buy a star for her.
I'm pretty sure one of my alliance mates brought her to 6 red, and I remember seeing that. But now she's apparently not in there. And people have been refreshing the store. They haven't seen her. They keep doing that. I would never suggest refreshing the store, but I guess it kind of works in the community's benefit because we can go there and be like, hey, over 1,000 store refreshes, spread between X amount of players. We haven't seen her. So
hey, I wonder if we could test that on the test server, because you know how we have a lot of power cores in the test server. I wonder if it's a 1-to-1 translation to see if we could just refresh, see if she ever pops up. Maybe she won't. Maybe she's gone.
That's a great idea. I'm gonna pull that up.
All right. You can do that. Well, you have news about the test server and Agatha in that Red Star store, right?
Yes, I just did 30,000 worth of core resets, which is about 30 or so resets, I think. And I didn't see Agatha once, so I don't think she's in there.
So they removed her with the maintenance.
Yeah.
Scopely, get your stuff together. She was there. She's supposed to be there. Put her back. Training mats. Yes. So awesome, guys. We got more training mats, but probably still gotta have to purchase some in the arena store if you want to upgrade your characters. It looks like all they did was make everything match Doom 2-4. So everything now, all these heroes, 7, Villain 7, Nexus 8, and Doom 1-4 is now gonna drop 3 L2s and 1 L3 per 10 energy spent. And that is up for a lot of these nodes. Doom 4 had that already, but it looks like the rest of them are up. Have you noticed this? Has this made a difference in your farming and ability to upgrade characters at all?
No, I basically only farmed Doom 4 stuff anyway. And I think the majority of them already had that addition. It's kind of silly though. Why don't they just do a blanket increase on all the nodes? It's just kind of silly.
Because they want you to still use your arena credits to buy it in the arena store. That's why.
That's true.
All right, let's move down to this. We said we're going to come back to it. Let's talk about Raid Sim now. Now that we don't just have it for the Gammon raids and the Doom, we actually have it for the Greek raids. I guess there's some positives with the Greek raids, but some negatives with Doom. What is your experience in totality with these raid sims? Is this a positive? Is this a negative overall for the game? Is this saving you a lot of time, or is this costing you time? Because now you have to refresh certain characters and spend raid health, or is this a good thing? What are your opinions on raid sim?
Oh, it's great for Greek. It saves me like 5 minutes a day, because I would go into Greek while I was making my coffee, hit auto, it'd be done. So it kind of saves time there. Cool. It also acts as like a bait for when you're switching between Greek and Doom 2.3. It's like, oh, okay, I just simmed it all. And then I go over here and I'm about to hit my tech node. It's like, okay, my team's ready. And then I go to hit enter. And then it's like, Sim, you lose. You lost everybody. You did 0 damage. And you're sitting there like...
0 damage. How frustrating is that? A team that you can go in, hit auto, and they wipe out the node, but you hit the sim, and not only do they not wipe out the node, they did 0 damage, and they're all dead.
Yeah, and like, then all your cooldowns are messed up. And I've had it where like, I know sim was on, so I went to go turn sim off with my stupid fat thumb, hit enter, fight instead, because it's literally beside it. Like, it's beside it. And it's like, okay, I guess I lose this one again. So I've had a lot of issues with that, to the point where I've said, like, when I do my Greek runs, I'm only doing it when I have 50 energy. And I'm going to sim 4, and then I'm going to actually manually the last one, just so I never have the sim turned on when I head into Doom, because it's just awful.
It is. I was thinking Mystic, because I fully auto that would be good. I was thinking Bio, because I fully auto that would be good, but nope. So, what do you think is going to happen? It said they're targeting improving this feature with the next major version, which means that it may not be coming in 6.3, because that's what they're targeting. What do you think they're going to do to improve this? What can be done to improve this?
It would take so much. Okay, if they want to have a sim feature, that would make sense. It'd be one where, as a player, you could go in, you can record what moves you would use every turn, and then that would be how the sim goes, right? But they're not capable of that. So I don't think they can improve it.
This is a fragile framework they're working with, Dorky. Yeah. That would break the game if they added anything complicated like that. I mean, you've seen these milestones, right? These complicated milestones, how often they break the game.
Literally copy pasting offers or resources.
I was gonna get to that. Yeah, well, you mentioned that. Let's get to that right now. Let's skip ahead. The copy, the pasting, the stuff. Coordinated assault. Look at this. Get your disco balls for the Roland Rebel Milestone event. How lazy are these devs? My goodness.
It's like, guys, you're gonna do this once a month and you can't do it, right? Like, it's a paragraph. It's what, 6 words you have to change, or 4 words.
They can't be bothered to rewrite this though. They just copy and paste exact event things, and that's what they do. That's the MO of Scopely. But yeah, they need to do a little better. Anything else on Raid Sim before we move on?
Yeah, no, I don't think Raid Sim's gonna work. They need to find a way where we hit a certain amount of completed with 0 deaths, where we get like the 3-star option where it auto completes. I think that's the only thing that's going to make sense. That
would make sense to me. That's what has been asked for months by the community. I mean, you've seen the Envoy chat. It's like, hey, we need this 3-sim. It cannot be your sim like the Blitz. And then what do you know? When it comes out, it's just like the Blitz, and we're getting all these erroneous losses that shouldn't be lost. But hopefully they know what they're doing. Hopefully they play this game enough and know what the community wants and gives us our time savings that we want. I feel that if you can't fully auto a node, then all right, you don't need to fully sim it. But if you go in, hit auto, and your team beats it, that should sim with no damage to you and wiping out the enemies. That's baffling in my mind why it's not like that.
Well, you know what they could do that might be good? They could make it so that when you sim, if you lose, you just get your team back, and all the cooldowns are still fine. That would
so
be...
like a hit the sim, it gives you the result, and you go complete or not complete.
Yeah.
So it's like a confirmation button or something. You'll still lose the raid energy, but you could. All right, that sucked. I'm not gonna take this. I'm gonna go in and do. That would be a fair solution. I think that's not complicated code enough to break the game. But
yeah, I expect my paycheck in 2 weeks for that scope lead. By the way,
right.
Yeah,
it's in the mail with those Agatha shards and those Agatha shards. All right, let's talk about these Summer of Suck, the Solar Fizzler of Milestones. This wasn't that bad of an event. The thing that I don't like is grinding for a whole week and not being able to get all these rewards. I mean, if they ended at milestone 38 and I wasn't chasing it, I'd be like, all right, that's fine. But seeing this here, seeing that it's not completable, how encouraging to you is that as a player?
So there's two things. I'm gonna talk to what you just asked first. It sucks. Milestones should be for the players, not for offers. If you want to sell 240 T4s, an Elite 5, and 75 Sunfire Shards, go ahead and slap that in the offers, put $75 on it, and get it out of my face, right? If it's in the Milestones, let it be free to play completable so that it's something that we work for, not something that we buy. If I want to buy something, I'll go to the offers. I go there enough. You put it in my face, you try and act like sneaky about it. I'm not stupid. Like, okay, that's number one. Number two,
I agree 100%.
Okay, number two, getting a lot of the points from using Darkhold on War offense is the stupidest thing they could have done. They know, because I've moaned about it enough in my videos and in the Discord, that Darkhold is trash and they're ruining War because they're on War defense. In a competitive setting where I'm at, they're all on War defense if you want to be competitive. They effectively said to the endgame alliances who are competing with each other, yeah, you're going to have to spend more if you want to get through there. Right now, you have 10,000 more points than I do because I don't get to use Darkhold on offense in War.
That's why. Okay, I was wondering why. I thought you would be ahead of me because, all right, it's because of the Darkhold on defense. All right. Well, yeah. And if we want to talk about these milestones, you want to talk about the stupidest thing they've done, let's talk about this completed event where you're forced to, I guess you didn't have to use the unlimited X-Men, but I used the unlimited X-Men as sacrifice team just to get the points, and I ended up with a 1 and 2 score instead of a 2 and 1 score. Did you change anything about your Crucible battles at all? Where, I mean, were you unlimited maybe on defense and you had to move them to offense, or what? Did this change anything for you this event?
Yeah, I took them off defense, moved them to offense. Objectively, I can say I was going to lose anyway, so there's that. But it still felt stupid. Like, yeah, I think any time that they're dictating you have to use this team in any mode besides raid, blitz, and arena, where we can kind of make up for our attacks, it's dumb, because in War you get a certain amount of attacks. It's a team mode, so I can't selfishly just take my guys off defense, right? That's dumb. And then Crucible, you have a certain amount of attacks. It's competitive, so it doesn't make sense. At least in Blitz and Arena and in Raid, I can like use any excess energy and use teams that way. I just don't like it when they do it for War and Crucible.
I don't either. I'd rather keep them on defense, my unlimited X-Men, and I don't play an award that you keep the Darkhold on defense, but that should be the player's option, not dictated by these events and have to change the way you play and play ineffectively just to complete these milestones. So that's they could do better with a lot of these, and hopefully the next event is better than this Solar Sizzler milestones, because this is trash. I don't like these non-completable events. We are going to talk about the next event in the Datamines that we have Datamines for, but let's move on to this current Blitz right here. Lady Deathstrike. First time we've had a more recent character in Blitz. This is the first time we've had a character that I don't have at 7 stars in a long time. Did you chill on this one, or did you push hard for those Lady Deathstrike shards? Or maybe you have her complete, so it's a moot point.
Yeah, so I had her complete, but I didn't actually know her Blitz was coming up, so I was still daily farming her. Had I known that she was coming up, I would have done it semi-casually. I would have definitely aimed for like 1% still, or maybe 2 to 3%. But I think it's been long enough with Lady Deathstrike, and her event release was actually very generous with her shards, right? It was the stores where we could actually buy her shards.
I believe so. That was all the way like in November or December of last year. I don't know if I remember that.
When we had good release events. missed those days.
The Weapon X was the first time that I remember that we couldn't complete the milestone. So that was when things started shifting, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, okay, but the Lady Deathstrike, get a lot of Anyway, I'm chilling on this
Lady
one.
Deathstrike, yes, okay.
Yeah. I'm chilling on this one, and I think a lot of people are. I think she's old enough now that through Mega Orbs and whatever else, people kind of got her where they like to have her.
Yeah, I mean, my plan was like, oh, Lady Deathstrike, 100 shards, I could use that. I don't have to farm her anymore. And then as I started Blitz, I'm like, yeah, I don't want to Blitz anymore. I'm done with the Wakandans event. I'm kind of done already. I don't want to keep blitzing. So I'll be farming her campaign note for a little while more.
There you go.
All right. Save your war credits. Now, I was trying to save my war credits, but because of the bug of the daily objectives, you could claim all of your rewards, not hitting the claim all button. Did you know that if you claim one of your raid rewards, that could claim everything for you? That's happened to me twice, so I was not able to save my war rewards. Are you saving your war rewards for this victory blueprint coming up starting tomorrow? At least according to the data for this blog post, because everything in the blog post now is subject to change. So this may not be the correct date even.
Yeah, like the coordinated assault one moved a day. Yeah, I do have my last 2 wars saved. I think the like oldest one though is going to expire before this goes live.
Yeah, the one from this came out on Friday, and I think if you save your Friday ones, you would have to claim that before this. But you should have 3 if you didn't have a bug with your inbox. You should have 3 before this event starts. Yeah.
So yeah, I did save because last time we did this video, you had more milestones completed because you had saved yours and I didn't. So I guess we did.
Now you're gonna have more milestones because of their bugs.
Yeah, buggies.
And can they remove that button? I mean, I didn't hit it either time and it got claimed, but I know there's a lot of people that claim it accidentally, like, oh shoot, that sucked.
Yeah.
Hopefully they would release
advanced
a button.
Options.
Yeah, advanced options, turn it on or off. I don't think I'm ever gonna have that one on. I'd never want to claim all my inbox stuff at once.
Yeah.
Agreed. All right. The other big one here, and you're more of an expert on this than I am. Cosmic Crucible got delayed by a week. This was totally unexpected. We got no heads up on this. I was expecting this. I think you put in or said, hey, the date of Cosmic Crucible is wrong. And we got a whole awesome supply of nothing. Nothing. Can you even buy anything with this?
I think purple gear, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, no, okay, cool. So all the stuff that have thousands of, awesome.
Yeah.
But that make the more interesting thing. Rooms 3, 4, and 6 will have simpler stage rules based on filterable traits to help you select the best squads for battle. Review the new rules before battling to ensure you have the proper team. I don't know if I like this. I've been building up teams and working on strategies for Cosmic Crucible for a while. I guess this could be a cool thing if they're just constantly switching up the rules and things like that. Do you think this is the first of many, or this is just, this was too easy for you guys, we're not making enough money, so we're gonna switch up the strategies for this war? This Crucible event.
I'm hoping what this is an acknowledgement that Dormhold and Darkhold is obnoxious because they have too much that should have been locked behind Arena, available in all modes. And maybe they're making these rooms so you can't just stack a Darkhold team, but probably not. As far as making it simpler, were people complaining because they were bringing like Icarus into stage 6, or they were bringing, people who get Nick Fury into stage 4 and they kept making mistakes? I don't know why they would have to make it simpler. Kind of weird.
I don't know. I feel if I make the mistake, that's my fault. I should pay for that, not make the game simpler. Yeah,
it's kind of funny. And then the 1450, like, listen, guys, if you gave 20,000, people would buy 4 or 5 extra teal pieces, and that would be gone. And that doesn't break the game, and it doesn't make you look like Scrooge McDuck over here. Like, what is 1450? That's just ridiculous.
You can buy nothing. I can buy a whole lot of nothing with this. I'm so unexcited about this.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, Scopely, we'll see what these new rules are. You want any predictions? Is just based on the Darkhold and Dormammu, or any other things? Or it's simpler. It seems like they're trying to make it easier.
Yeah, when they say simpler, I think like traits
game
or I think of like global, cosmic, skill, tech. Like I think like very generic trade restrictions.
Oh, you think it's gonna be that boring? I hope not. Or I hope if it is, they're gonna constantly evolve this and make it maybe a monthly thing or maybe a patch thing. Every patch they change this up. But
well, you want to hear my conspiracy theory?
It's probably right. What is it?
So a global team, if you go in with Wakanda, you can no longer use Young Avengers against it because there's city characters on the Young Avengers team.
Oh.
For the Unlimited X-Men, if you put them on defense, they pretty much only get beaten by A-Force with Doom. But Captain Marvel, who's very crucial in that matchup to take dodges off, she's cosmic. So if it's a global, then Unlimited is also going to be pretty much unbeatable there too.
Oh.
So it might be their way to further strengthen their Crucible-only teams so that more people invest.
No, I don't think that's a conspiracy theory. That sounds right on to their MO of how they make this game more wallet unfriendly.
I hope to be wrong.
I think you're right. I hope you're wrong too, but I think you're right on that. That sounds just like what they would do to make it simpler, make it easier for the players to sort this by tabs, but make the actual matches and our lineups and our strategies harder. I think that's what's gonna happen. Now, there's a fun mode that we had many patches ago. I don't know if you remember it because it was so long ago. But if you went to Dark Dimension, went all the way to the right side here, there used to be another mode here called Pocket Dimension that would pop up a couple times. It was very fun. And if you go into the Blitz mode here, there used to be another place that you could go. It was something called Tower Mode. I know it's so long ago, you may not remember this, but I had fun with these modes. Do you think that we're ever gonna get these back?
Yeah, well, we had a Pocket Dimension kind of sneak up on a bit, and everyone was like, look, it's there. And then it ran away, and it's been gone since. So I think we scared it away, and it's not coming back.
Our excitement, the joy of the community scared it away. Like, oh, wait, there's too much joy with Pocket Dimension coming back. We gotta pull this thing. We can't have the community too happy because they won't be fear of missing out. We're not gonna spend as much because they don't have that fear. They're actually happy.
Yeah, but the good news is there is Tower Mode in the game right now. If you go to your save squads, it's right there in the tabs.
Oh, the tabs for...
Yeah, they made the tab squad for Tower. That's it. Tower's done. We win, guys. We got the save squads.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so once we got the save squads, they're not coming back.
Why run the mode now?
I wanted to get a date, but I guess... a date prediction, but I guess they're not coming back now that we have the save squads there in Pocket Dimension. Screw that. Spent all this time making a brand new game mode to have it run once, just like those Gambit raids. Come back once and then never again. So, all right.
To be fair, Gambit raid can stay gone. Let's let that be gone.
There were aspects of it that I did like. There was a lot of the details that were very bad, but there were aspects of it I like. So if they changed some details, brought it back, I wouldn't be super unhappy. But
yeah, fair enough.
Don't make it bugs. Don't tie it to those silly milestones. Don't make your alliance like stress out and all that. I mean, I think the big problem was the tying to the milestones there. All right, are you ready for some data mines about the next event to unlock Thor's cool new Love and Thunder costume?
I'm so excited.
All right, so this is how you're gonna have to do it. All right, and this relates to some rumors that we have seen. We have a silhouette for Red Hulk and Abomination. I don't know if you remember way back in beta, they were in the beta files. So rumors are that maybe the next team coming. But as far as the Love and Thunder, Thor's Love and Thunder costume, Mjolnir fragments, and more. You could get Mighty Thor shards, which is Jane Foster shards, and some other things during this event. And it looks like there's 3 separate milestones. One is called the Interstellar Longship milestone, where you have to battle an arena and win in Blitz. So Blitz grinding looks like it's gonna be back. Hopefully, as with some of these other events, not that bad as far as the grind. How many rotations a day do you think is gonna be needed to complete this milestones? Or it's gonna be like most of the milestones that we get now that you're not gonna be able to complete?
If it's completable, the benchmark they normally go with is 4 to 5 on like a 35 squad roster. So it'll probably be around there. They've gone as low as 3 and 4, and then they've gone as high as 6 and 7 for like Agatha. So I always kind of go in the middle, about 5 and 6 to complete it if it's free to play. If not, you could probably do 8 and still not get it done.
I'll be a little more optimistic. I'll say 4. I'll go hard 4 per day to get that. And arena, I guess you got to do all 5 of your arena battles to get this, but you're going to get Lines of Lightning. Now, this is also tied to another milestone where you have to open your Lines of Lightning. The Space Viking milestone. You get Progressors of Summer of Blunder. You get more Mighty Shards and some other stuff. Opening these orbs, this is usually where the good rewards are. But do you think this is where it's going to be uncompletable and then they're going to sell a bunch of these Lines of Lightning orbs and have more uncompletable events in this milestone here?
Yeah, so back in the day, like when we had these kind of events for Moondragon when she came, again, this part of the milestone was the hefty reward part, but you were able to complete it. Lately, not so much on the whole completion part, but it normally has like a Elite 6 at the end to try and entice people to spend. So we're probably going to see that again. Some really heavy rewards in the bottom 2 milestones that are going to cost you around $80 to $100 to reach.
Not worth it, in my opinion.
No.
All right, now this one looks like to be a web milestone because it says web milestone here. You got to win raid battles to rack up points for 7-day milestones. Seems similar to that Solar Silver, but usually these web milestones are a little easier. You're getting Lines of Lightning orbs, which is going to help with the total progress. Any excitement about this one? Normally the web rewards are not as impactful as the other ones.
Yeah, actually, now that you brought that up, I just remembered I haven't collected my web milestone rewards for like the last 3 days.
So now that you bring that up, I haven't collected it either. I guess you reminded me.
Yeah, so it's kind of cool because a lot of the time the web milestone stuff is stuff that you're doing daily, and then you're like, oh, I got to go collect it, and then that's how they get you to look at their offers. Which I mean, I'm getting free stuff, so I'll take it. But it'll probably be pretty easy to finish, probably.
Yeah, usually, unless and then the hard one is going to be probably this Interstellar Longship. It looks like the good rewards on this one, so this will be the tough one. All right, are you ready for some rumors?
Let's do it. I love rumors.
Now, these are rumors from Miniball, who is in charge of all these data mines. All these data mines that we've been seeing recently is due to Miniball. So let's go check out the rumors that he has had. Now, I'm not talking to him asking about the source, but we see a few different things here. Reworks to She-Hulk, Hulk, Iron Man, and Vision. Now, if this came true, how excited would you be that these characters, some of these iconic characters, getting reworked?
I'd be this excited.
It's like I love those Kevin McAllister excitement. Yes, I love it.
I think this would be great. I mean, Power Armor would be sick. Iron Man finally getting love. Hulk, please, for the love of God, make Hulk like a foot taller. At least.
Do you know how to make him taller? You can make him taller right now in the game. Let me show you that real quick. I'll show you. Okay. But while I'm getting that ready, Power Armor. They've been sucky for so long. Iron Man himself has been sucky for so long.
Yeah.
Are they finally going to be useful in this game as far as your predictions for that?
I really hope so. My prediction would be if that 4-person team, the Falcon, War Machine, Ironheart, and Rescue are still together, I don't think they're going to make them that great because they'll maybe introduce one more character, right? So maybe they would be on the same level as like the new Marauders with Madeline, where they're like a B+ war offense team. But I hope that it's better because they're such a fun team. I think about the Wombo combo aspect, like Uncanny Storm ult feels great. I never got to experience the War Machine ultimate, rockets, death, explosions everywhere. Like I'd love to have that happen.
That has always looked cool. And when he was first released, it was a pretty cool move. It looks, I mean, the rumors that I've been hearing is Power Armor is going to be the next tech team, which is, I guess that's good, but changing them from a war team to a tech team, raid team would be interesting. All right, I got it pulled up. You ready to see how to make the Hulk bigger?
Yeah.
All right, if you go in and look at him right now, you see he's below these pieces of gear, right? But if you go into your ISO 8, boom, and then come back out, look, he's got a foot taller. He's above these pieces of gear now. Yes.
Put that in game.
It's in game. You just leave it like this. Now, the bad thing is if you go out of the character and then come back in, he's short again. But if you go back into your ISO 8 and come back out, he's back tall. So
this is the coolest thing.
The real Hulk is in the game. You just have to do a few steps in order to see him.
That is so cool.
All right, let's talk about the new characters that are rumored. Again, these are all rumors, guys, but Abomination, Amadeus Cho version of the Hulk, Deathlock, who I remember from the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show, and Vivian Vision. I have not heard of this person. Is Vivian Vision related to Tommy and Wiccan?
No, daughter to Vision, a twin. There's also a brother who's a terrifying thing to look at. Yeah, I think it was Vision with another robot. I don't think it has anything to do with Wanda.
Oh, nothing. Okay, so like stepdad or something.
Yeah, the comic was really obscure. Like when I heard these rumors, I went and looked it up, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess. But yeah, maybe they're coming to the MCU. She does have heavy ties to Ironheart. So they're going to have that Armor Wars show coming. So maybe that's going to line up.
These characters all seem to have some kind of synergy with each other. We got some Hulks here. We got some tech characters here. We got the Hulk rework, the tech character rework, another Hulk. Is this a setup for the next Scourge team? Because the rumors were the next Scourge character is Red Hulk. And these are Gamma characters that would align with that team for war, and maybe this is a raid team. At least that's what makes sense as far as rumors go. Have you been hearing anything different as far as these?
No, I have heard the Red Hulk team will be the War Horsemen, which I think is obviously very fitting and will be great. I'm very excited because I love Hulk, just like you do. And then as far as like Power Armor becoming a raid team, like you said, kind of a weird fit. I'm not sure how they'll pull that off. I think
they would have to have a full rework for that to work, because right now they don't have the sustainability for raids.
Yeah, exactly. And as far as like the characters they chose for these teams, I'm okay with all of them. I could live without Amadeus Cho and instead go with like maybe Samson would be probably a cooler fit kind of thing instead of having like a reskin. But I mean, these characters look fun.
My expectations are low. I just want that big Hulk to be permanent in the game and never see that tiny Hulk again. Do you remember when Thing was released? They had that giant thing, and then it was like, hey, how come Hulk is so tiny and Thing is big? And then instead of making Hulk big, they make Thing tiny. Do you remember that?
It was very fitting.
All right, so those are the latest rumors, but now it is maybe or maybe not spoiler time for Miss Marvel, discussing episode 4 of Miss Marvel. So spoiler warning, if you have not seen everything in the MCU up to last week's episode, it is spoiler time. But Dorky Dad, how did you, I know the answer to this, how did you enjoy Miss Marvel?
I didn't watch past episode 2.
Okay.
It lost my attention. I couldn't keep up. It was just too childish. There wasn't like a villain that I got hooked onto. And I guess maybe I'm just an old meathead where it's like, that's my vision of a superhero is a villain.
Strong villain,
Yeah, that compels it and that goes. Now, maybe that villain has been released by now, and maybe once the show is done, I'll revisit it. But as it was, like, I just couldn't get into it. I wanted to, but I couldn't. And then The Boys is doing their thing, and so it's like I'm all over The Boys.
Very different tones. One that I watch the kids, and the kids kind of like it, and then one that I watch by myself or with my wife. It's like they cannot watch that show, but I'm enjoying The Boys a lot more. So I had a few questions, but that's it. Miss Marvel, Dorky Dad's not enjoying it as much. I gotta say this, I'm not enjoying it as much, but we're still watching it just because it's something to watch. But yeah, my kids aren't as excited about this show. Maybe they're too young, maybe they're too old, I don't know. But yeah, they're not as excited about it. Anything else, my friend, before we leave?
Well, no spoilers because I don't have any, but maybe I haven't watched Miss Marvel, but I might go see Thor: Love and Thunder alone. The first time I've ever gone to see a movie alone because my family's on vacation. Okay. And we could definitely talk about that next time.
Okay, I hope we could get tickets because my wife is still traveling. She's coming in for one day. Hopefully we can get tickets on that one day. So, but if not, as soon as I see it, we will discuss it, my friend. But all right, you mentioned you have a lot of Crucible content coming, not Crucible, Scourge content coming up. Yes, going to do a few extra runs at 8 just for the community, not for your own personal account, just for the community. Do you have a tease date for that, or is it whenever this difficulty 9 run is done for you?
So the difficulty 9 one will be done tonight.
Okay.
And I'll do a quick one on that because I mean it's interesting, but it's not very applicable to the wider player base, I don't think. And then hopefully by let's say Saturday, Sunday, I'm gonna have like a full guide out with when the nodes, waves drop in, how to sack them properly, key character stakeout, kill orders. I'm gonna go through all that for literally every single node. Hopefully help you guys, and I'm gonna try and do some kind of like charity stream on Twitch where you donate to whatever charity you like, as long as it's kid related, like kids cancer, whatever like that. You show me a screenshot, and then I will go through your roster and plan everything out for you, and hopefully get you a better rogue that way, while also doing something good.
That's good. It's good. I like that. I don't have that knowledge of the Scourges, but maybe I'll try to incorporate something like that in the stream. I like that it's about the kids' charities as well. I'll be looking forward to that video. I know it helped me a lot last time. It helped the community immensely. I think everybody used your strategies for the first Scourge event. So I'm looking forward to that. Thank you, my friend. Make sure you guys check him out. He's on YouTube. He's on Twitch. The links will be down below, as well as the link for his Discord as well. And if you have not already, hit that subscribe button for more great Marvel Strike Force content on this channel. And I will see you guys next time. Check me out on Twitter. Check me out on Instagram. Have a great rest of your day. And Dorky, are you ready for that Hulk fist bump?
Always ready. Let's go.
Here it comes. Let's do it. Hulk fist bump. ValleyFlyin, Dorky Dad out.